Law Assistant Professor, Subject Labor Law, Industrial Relations with Amendments. Industrial Relations Perspective and Foundations. What does the term industrial relations primarily refers to? Answer is option B. Relationship between employers and employees. The goal of industrial relations is to ensure option C. Harmonious relationship between employer and employee. Which of the following is not a key stakeholder in industrial relations? Option C. Customer. The pluralist perspective of industrial relations views conflict as option B. Inevitable and manageable. Who is known for the unitary perspective in industrial relations? Option B. Alan Fox. In the unitary approach, the organization is viewed as option C, an integrated and harmonious whole. The Marxist approach to industrial relations focuses on option B, class conflict and exploitation. Which act governs industrial relations in India? Option B, Industrial Relations Code 2020. The Industrial Relations Code 2020 consolidated how much previous laws? Option B, 3. Which of the following is a major function of trade unions? Option B, negotiating wages and working conditions. Which theory views industrial relations as a subsystem of the broader social system? Option B, systems theory. Who developed the systems theory of industrial relations? Option C, John Dunlop. What are the core elements of Dunlop's industrial relation system? Option A, actors, contacts and rulers. The Industrial Disputes Act 1947 deals mainly with option B, settlement of industrial disputes. What is a lockout in industrial terms? Option B, management preventing workers from entering the workplace. Which of the following is not a form of industrial action? Option C, layoff. Collective bargaining involves negotiation between option C, employer and employees. An effective industrial relation system improve option C, productivity and job satisfaction. Grievance handling is an essential part of option B, industrial relations. Which amendment introduced the Industrial Relations Code 2020 in India? Option D, there was no constitutional amendment. Which body often mediates in industrial disputes? Option C, labor court or industrial tribunal. A strike declared without proper legal notice is called option B, wildcat strike. Which factor does not directly affect industrial relations? Option C, social media popularity. Industrial democracy means option B, employees' participation in decision making. Which is an advantage of good industrial relations? Option C, better moral and cooperation. Which term refers to the temporary closing of a workplace due to disputes? Option C, lockout. What is the purpose of a standing order under the Industrial Employment Act? Option B, define job roles and discipline. Which component is not part of Dunlop's industrial relations system? Option C, goals. Who benefits from strong industrial relations? Option C, both employees and employers. What is the role of government in industrial relations? Option B, mediator, legislator and regulator. Industrial relations, master and servant relationship. The master and servant relationship is rooted in option C, common law principles. In the master servant relationship, the master is typically option C, employer. Which of the following is a key feature of the master servant relationship? Option C, employers control over work and manner of performance. The legal basis of the master servant relationship lies primarily in option B, the contract of employment. In a master servant relationship, the servant is expected to option B, perform duties as per the contract and order employers control. Which landmark case in Indian law explains the master servant relationship clearly? Option C, Dharangadra Chemical Works Limited versus State of Saurashtra. In the master servant concept, dismissal can be lawful if option B, done in accordance with the contract and natural justice. Which of the following can break the master servant relationship? Option C, termination or dismissal. A key limitation of the traditional master servant doctrine is option C, it does not consider modern employment rights. Which of the following distinguishes a servant from an independent contractor? Option B, level of control over work by employer. In the master servant doctrine, what is the legal implication of vicarious liability? Option B, the master is responsible for the servant's actions done during employment. Under Indian law, which of the following acts influenced the shift from the master servant doctrine to a rights based framework? Option B, Industrial Disputes Act 1947. The master servant relationship is largely option C, contractual. In the modern context, the term servant is replaced with option B, employee. A master can terminate the servant only if option C, grounds are responsible and comply with law. What role does the Employment Standing Orders Act 1946 play in the master servant relationship? Option B, defines employment terms to prevent arbitrary dismissals. The decline of master and servant primarily emerged from which country's legal system? Option D, United Kingdom. Who can be considered a servant under the traditional decrine? Option C, any person employed under a contract of service. What is a modern critique of the master servant decrine? Option B, incompatibility with modern employment rights and equality. In public employment, dismissal without following due process is option C, a violation of Article 311.